Bit of a somber note. I don't know if you heard this news. You probably heard this news, Will. Did you hear that Red has canceled the hydrogen project? Now, this happened a couple days ago, but I had to mention it because obviously a bit grim on that front. I looked at the hydrogen phones, a couple different versions of them. Pretty much across the board, people were not super happy about them. Pretty much across the board.
Yes.
The devices when they shipped. They were super ambitious products with modules that never came, and Red was trying to modernize and see how the phone was the future of filming. And you gotta appreciate ambition, Will. I always do. But those devices that showed up after a long wait were not really meeting people's criteria. And they, to me, more showcased how hard it is to be an upstart in the smartphone game than anything else. Even if you're a company like Red with a track record in cinema cameras and the rest of it, it's hard to put it all together in the form of a smartphone. Now, ultimately what ended up happening here, because they did have plans of improving it and releasing another version, but Red founder Jim Jannard was kind of the driving force behind this transition to phones, to producing phones at all. And not only did he kill the product line completely, he also announced that he's going to retire from the company completely due to health issues. They don't go into any more detail than that, so we don't really know what the health issue happens to be. But ultimately, what this means is there are no more Red smartphones. The 4D viewing is dead. The modules are dead. The upcoming version is dead. Support for the previous versions is probably dead. It's a lot of, well, you understand. You see where it's going here. It was not received well, and it was too much to overcome. And I kind of get it. I would think it would be very difficult to launch a new line of smartphones. And particularly if your goal is to provide a superior camera experience. Because as we've seen, Will, what separates cameras in smartphones in 2019 isn't even the hardware. I mean, the hardware plays a role, but so much of it has moved into the software side and the engineering side. What can you expect from a traditional camera company, even though it's a digital camera company like Red? They've invested in hardware, gigantic sensors. Mm-hmm. Now they got to go hire a software development team to look at computational photography on behalf of their smartphone. That's a whole different business now. They're not a software company like that. Mm-hmm. And so the complexity is massive. What are you going to poach guys from Google that are working on the Pixel, poach guys from Apple that are working on deep fusion Christmas sweater stuff? Jim couldn't do it. It was too much to overcome. So I find it to be a bit depressing because I found what they were doing with the hardware to be kind of exciting. These super industrial looking tank-like things, just like the cameras. Also, you kind of root for an upstart in a particular space. It made the realm of smartphones a bit more exciting as far as I was concerned. But now we put it to bed. Shout out to Jim, bringing Red to life, let alone the hydrogen, and now taking some retirement. He's going to drink that cup of tea. He's going to enjoy the fall. He's going to go look at the leaves. And there's a time to do that too, Willie Do. Mm-hmm. And for him, it's now. And for you, I hope it's soon.